Hello friends, welcome to RK the Amen. Igowise Mobility. 2 years back, I think we have taken a video in Bangalore Expo in 2022 November. I think I have met the CEO of Igowise Mobility and discussed about the Trigo electric vehicles, and I received a warm welcome from the YouTube for a lot of views for single video, and everyone is talking about this three-wheeled electric scooter. And after that they have introduced BeiGo in January 2022, I think. So after the 2 years, not January 2022, it was January 2023, absolutely correct. So after that, everyone is calling me and asking me what is the update about this BeiGo electric scooter, and I want that, when will be this available, and where is the dealer. A lot of questions, and lot of questions about this electric vehicle particularly. And today I got a chance to had a chat with the CEO of Igowise Mobility, Mr. Shravan Kumar, and we had a podcast type of conversations about the electric vehicle and when it's going to launch, and when we are expecting the scooter in the market, what is the chemistry it was used there, and why especially the three-wheeled electric scooter. And all these questions are answered by Mr. Shravan Kumar, and in this video you're going to see that. So since it's from Bangalore, this entire conversation was in the English, so bear with me. My English was not that much good, so it may be a little bit here and there, so please bear with me, and let's have a complete chat with Mr. Shravan Kumar, CEO of Igowise Mobility, and know about the BeiGo electric scooter, when it is going to hit the market. Welcome to RK the Amen. Hello sir, welcome to RK the Amen. So Igowise Mobility's CEO is with us, and we're going to get a new update about that BeiGo, and when it is going to be hit the markets. So welcome to RK the Amen. So,
Good evening, Arjun.
yeah, thank you sir. So what is the present status of BeiGo, sir? Because we have taken this video in the expo in 2022, and soft launch was done in 2023 January. So we are eagerly waiting for this vehicle. So what is the update? What is the present status, sir?
Yeah, first of all, thanks, RK. You've been a consistent, follower of what we have been doing, right? Like you said, yes, last Republic Day, we have unveiled our BeiGo twin-wheel motorcycle, right? That's the first time we have showcased to the world our first prototype. And as you can know, we have received our government certification, central government ICAT certification just a couple of months ago. So finally, we are all set to hit the market. We are just awaiting the state government RTO approvals that is expected anytime, and by August 15th we are planning to hit the market. That's our goal. But as you know, there is a lot of folks who have been following up, right? So yeah, we wanted to update them as well. Our current batch, at least we are targeting more on the B2B. As you know, the subsidies have been revised,
Yeah.
and that's the reason we can't provide a compelling pricing for our customers as yet, right? That's the reason we have not gone retail so far. We are only targeting the B2B logistics and livelihood customers.
Okay. So whether you're having any tie-ups with Swiggy or Zomato like that, you're going on, or any B2B customers?
Yeah, we are doing trials currently with Big Basket, Amazon, Delivery, and Zomato.
Okay.
Right? So all of these are in pipeline, and yeah, we'll yet to finalize on the pricing and those aspects. So it's pretty soon we will be, starting with one of these folks.
So what are the variants we are going to expect in August?
So currently we are only focused on one model, our BeiGo X4, right? What we call as a rugged utility vehicle,
Okay.
right? RUV. So that's what it is. Okay, it's a high capacity trike, right? It's a very unique trike, as you know, the technology. It's the only trike that you can ride with a motorcycle license. You can park it in a two-wheeler parking space,
Okay.
just like that. And but also it's a high-speed vehicle with incredible, torque, right? So that's what we balance the acceleration and the utility. So that is what we plan, right? So we're currently focused only this model, but yeah, down the line we have our premium bike taxi and luxury cruiser, right? Several models that are possible on our platform using our same technology. But right now we are focused only on the livelihood vehicle.
Okay. In this BeiGo, whether that accessories for I have seen some photos recently. Accessories for that luggage carrying, whether you are providing or it is optional
Yeah.
or
Yeah, those are accessories essentially,
okay.
right? So based on our customer requirement, right? So like someone like Zomato, we are providing a temperature sensitive
Oh,
cold storage solution,
okay.
right? So because the food not only reaching you fresh, right, reaching you fast, but it also needs to be fresh, right?
Yeah,
So
correct, correct.
delivery, that is very important, and same as with the grocery, etc., right?
Okay.
Whereas in the case of the Amazons and other e-commerce platforms, the security of the goods is one of the crucial elements that most delivery executives are worried about, right? Whether
Okay.
they're delivering iPhones or any other high value goods. So they have to go to third floor and deliver some of the items, and they're always worried about
The
the goods
safety.
that they, right?
Yeah.
Or they need to carry all their stuff all the way for every delivery, right? So that's also very fatigue inducing. So those are the elements. These custom accessories are built specifically based on the use case. We strongly believe in a tailor-made, purpose-built vehicles rather than this one-size-fits-all mass market products is something that is past approach, right?
Okay.
The future is hyper personalization and customization.
Okay. Fine, sir. Actually, the question is that why you have chosen the three-wheeled scooter instead of two?
Right, pretty simple, right? Why do we use a tripod, right? Our ancestors have built pretty amazing structures, right? Most of they are like whether the pyramids or our temples. A triangle is fundamentally more stable, right? Without a stand, you cannot have a two-wheeler either,
Okay.
right? So it's a matter of functionality, utility, right? India, as you know, is a pioneer in three-wheelers, right?
Yeah, correct.
But there are certain constraints with the way the traditional three-wheeler is also. It's a rigid axle. It's not very comfortable to ride, right? Especially very difficult vehicle to handle. If you take a sharp turn at fast speeds, right, there is a very high chance of toppling for a regular three-wheeler, right? So that's what we want to provide, like a three-wheeler stability, but still retain the two-wheeler's agility, right? So
Okay.
that's where we call ourselves a tilting trike. It's a hybrid between the two-wheeler and three-wheeler, right?
Fine, fine.
So yeah.
Sir, actually, self-balancing, whether that BeiGo is a self-balancing scooter or it's required a stand like it is similar to auto only, but normally autos doesn't have a stand. So you are telling that it's a self-balancing scooter. How much it will be a self-balanced one?
Right. So again, like I said, it's not a typical three-wheeler. It's not a typical two-wheeler. Okay, you can clearly see three wheels, but legally it is a motorcycle.
Okay.
Already got the certification for being a motorcycle. Right. So it's no longer just a claim of ours.
Okay.
It's certified by the government agencies.
Okay.
And like I said, it's on-demand self-balancing, right?
Okay. On demand.
So yeah, what we refer to as it at low speeds, what you need is basically at low speeds or in a parking spot or at a traffic junction, you kind of need to put your leg down to balance a vehicle, right?
Yeah.
So imagine the fatigue for someone who is carrying a lot of load, and every junction, every place, he has to put his leg down to balance the vehicle, right?
Okay.
So that causes a lot of strain over the long run,
Yes.
right? So that's where our self-balancing comes into picture. Okay, whenever he needs that balancing, she can switch it on.
Okay.
Okay, but
Fine,
at the
fine.
same time, just like if you take any three-wheeler, they are not very fast
Correct.
because they are not easy to maneuver, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So unlike those, our vehicle will behave just like a two-wheeler at higher speeds
Yeah.
and just like a three-wheeler at low speeds,
Yes.
right? So that's the best of both worlds that we are talking about.
Okay. What is it boot space we are expecting, sir, in this vehicle?
So fully customizable, like we said, we have built this version kind of like a pickup truck, right? So that's why we also refer it to a pickup trike. Okay, you can customize your particular storage solution based on the use case. But the retail version, standard version, comes with around 60 liters of boot space.
Okay.
That again is unparalleled in the two-wheeler space, right?
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So, since it is a B2B vehicle, so whether a person who is using for B2B his own business can purchase a single vehicle or in a lot like that you are giving? What's the plan?
Yeah, precisely. Our retail version is still capable of taking a lot of storage.
Okay.
But yeah, if you have a very specific use case, right, like water bottle delivery or a milk delivery, or so this kind of use cases, we can have custom accessories.
Okay.
But
Fine.
even the standard retail version brings a lot of storage capacity, much more than a typical two-wheeler.
Okay.
Okay. But they can also use it as a personal vehicle, right?
Fine.
So that's the best part of our multi-utility
Yeah.
variant. Okay.
So what is the maximum speed and range it would produce with the luggage?
Right. So we have done extensive testings, at least all parts of southern India. Okay, from Bangalore to Chennai to Hyderabad to even Coimbatore and Ooty, etc. So we have done extensive testing. We have yet to test the extremes of northern India, but in this our weather conditions, it's very compatible. We have achieved close to 150 kilometers of range as well. But in most practical scenarios, we at least guarantee around 100 kilometers even with luggage.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
What is the
There's a lot of factors that matter, right? The
Yeah.
terrain, the weather, the payload that you put in, right? And the acceleration that someone uses. Someone drives more, cautiously, and someone is more aggressive. So all these factors determine the range.
range? That a payload. What is the maximum payload, sir?
Yeah. So again, it is built for a lot more. Okay. It is tested and tried for more than 200 kg.
Okay.
But yeah, what we recommend for optimal range is around 100 kg. Apart from the rider.
Okay, but I have gone through a lot of the loader vehicles coming up in the market, two-wheeler segment, and they are offering up to 300 or 500 customization option available. So you are telling that it is a 100 to 200. So it is a three-wheeler model. So why would we give a more than 300 kgs payload? Either option is available?
So no. See, fundamentally, you cannot, claim yourself as at least as a two-wheeler, right?
Okay, yeah.
So there are regulations that define what's the limits of a two-wheeler, right?
Yeah.
We have to being working in the existing regulations, we cannot claim more than what it needs to be, right? Even though we are providing more capacity, but that doesn't mean we should claim more than what is considered to be safe, right?
Okay.
So there are many of these vehicles that claim, there is no doubt about it, but fundamentally either these e-rickshaws and all, they are different category altogether.
No, I'm not talking about e-rickshaws. Some two-wheelers you can see in the market. A lot of Chinese two-wheelers are there. Loader vehicles are there. So they are climbing up to 500. So whether there is any regulation in the RTO, this much weight has to be carried in a two-wheeler. So you mean that, or what, sir?
See, there are two aspects to it, right? Most definitely, there are folks, as you know, there are, just for the sake of claiming, many people do that, right? So, but we have to, as at least as a third party guys, you guys should validate what is the reality versus what are the claims. Okay. Number one, let's understand the safety and security on the road, right? So if someone is claiming 300 kg on the vehicle, what are the chances of skidding, compared to a regular two-wheeler, right? Which is already a most notorious vehicle out there category, right? So 50% of the road accidents, fatalities are associated with two-wheelers and all, right? So imagine, instead of making it more safer, these claims are essentially doing the opposite.
Yeah, correct.
Number one is that part, and the amount of fatigue also we have to consider. It's not just the vehicle can carry, right? You have to understand the balancing during braking, right? Sudden brake if you do, what are the chances of skidding, right? How much fatigue it is causing to the persons that are doing this day in day out, right? Those aspects we have to consider. At the same time, you have to consider the regulatory aspects. Okay, if you want to qualify as a two-wheeler, what is the limits, right? Most of these days, because of the low speed and exemption that they used to get, right? Because of that, there was a lot of claims. There is no category for those. So that's where these exorbitant claims come into picture, right?
Yeah, correct.
But considering the safety and security and the fatigue and these all aspects, this is what is ideal.
Fine. So whether the test drives and dealerships, let us talk about that. Actually, nowadays, after the boom of electric vehicles, most of the electric vehicles can be booked through online, and there is no dealership. So whether you are coming up with a dealership model or direct to customers, D2C, or how it is your plan?
So definitely our retail will be a combination of both, right?
Okay.
We will be having bulk of our leads that are coming online. Even we haven't done any sort of marketing, any sort of advertising,
Okay.
but a lot of leads that come through our website or through our social media or third party service providers, right? So definitely we want to address those guys as early as possible, and we haven't taken any pre-bookings so far.
Okay.
As you know, we have already been bombarded with a lot of requests,
Okay.
right? So that's where we want to be sure on our delivery timelines before committing to our customers.
Okay.
Yes, distribution. Yes, we will be having both third-party distributors, right? There are multiple partners that we are tying up with, both on distribution and service.
Fine.
That will be available. But yes, online also. We are going to be listed on all the major e-commerce platforms as well.
Okay. In this delivery part, actually, initially, which city you are going to deliver? Actually, you are from Karnataka. So,
Yes.
whether the Bangalore is the first spot or
Naturally, yes.
Yeah.
definitely. Bangalore being the EV
Hub.
capital of
Yeah,
India,
yeah, yeah, absolutely.
and being a technology center, and it allows us to provide the right kind of service initially, okay, before we expand pan India or even internationally.
Okay. Sir, now there are a lot of electric vehicle brands, startups are there, and most of the startups or big brands, even they are facing a main problem is that heating issues, and second thing is that service issues. And how you address these issues? Because while starting a company or building a product is okay, but sustaining the market with the service and without any complaint, that is a very important. So how you are going to do on the service part?
This is the most important question, right? That we have, that if anyone who claims to be in this space has to answer, right? Number one, we used to have at least 3 times more so-called EV startups, right?
Yeah,
In the last 1.5 year, as you know, there's a lot of crackdown on these cheap imported vehicles that are taking advantage of subsidies, etc. Right? So,
absolutely.
most of the guys are gone. Right? Only those who have done some kind of R&D within their in-house. Right? So those are the guys who were able to survive. Right, so that is number one important thing, right? If you are completely reliant on an external technology, with unreliable supply chain, you will always be taken aback by the kind of issues, right? So that's very crucial when you are dealing with high tech technology. It's very important to have a lot of grip on both on your supply chain and the parts that come into play, right? It's a lot of parts that come into cohesion. That integration is what makes the magic happen, right? So the other part is the choice of suitability, right? When we talk about heating, etc. If you remember, if you go back like 5 years or like 8 years back, we used to hear a lot of phones blowing up.
Absolutely.
Right? Today you do hardly hear anything.
Yeah,
Right?
correct.
A different technology, simply, people have invested time, energy, efforts to make it safer, right? Make this technology work, right? So that is very important, and a choice of the technology also very important. What we see is most of these two-wheelers, because they need to be looking sporty or they need to be very compact, they choose this NMC chemistry, right? The nickel and cobalt, the usual culprits. Those are not suitable for our weather conditions, right? These are extreme weather conditions. So that's where our chemistry is not even the typical chemistry that are used in cars, which
Okay.
is LFP chemistry. What we are using is a more advanced version of lithium manganese iron phosphate.
Oh,
Right?
fine.
It's highly durable and much suitable to our weather conditions. Right?
Okay.
So that's how we manage, and we also at least the base variant, we don't want to impose this artificial dependency of fast charging network, etc. Two-wheelers are more akin to our smartphones
Yeah.
than four-wheelers, right? So that's, we strongly believe that, and you should be able to charge anywhere, whether your friend's house, your office, you're having a break at a restaurant or a pawn shop, right? So anywhere you should be able to charge. So that's how we have we have done our architecture.
Okay.
So it's a 72-volt architecture that you can plug it in, and within 2.5 hours you can get full charge, right?
Fine.
And that too without any fast charging network, etc.
Okay, sir. And with electric vehicles, a lot of electric vehicles coming up with a lot of technology part. That means I'm talking about they are the gimmicks of their main sales, because touch screen and mobile connect and a lot of information they can get through mobile. So these are the gimmicks. So whether this is important, or the quality of the product because of that battery motor. So whether the electric vehicle companies are concentrating more on these gimmicks or that product, which will be the winner. So if a common man has to be check the product whether it is a quality or not, but nowadays most of the people are checking the gimmicks. So
You
what do you
already
stand?
answered, right? So you kind of answered your question the way you put it, right? When you say gimmicks, right? So yeah, so these are good to have, nice to have things, right? Whether a infotainment system or connectivity. This is definitely in the world that we are living in, the data is quite important. But yeah, technology permitting, restricting technology to just a touch screen or a speaker system or so these are just fancy things that can give you attention, but you cannot build a long-term sustaining brand with just those, right?
Yeah, correct.
Definitely, reliability and quality is one parameter, right? So that is very well established, right? Not whether electric or so, right? The Toyota and Honda are the world's renowned brands because of the promise of reliability, right?
Correct.
Why the Indian two-wheelers have been ruling the roast across Africa, South America, because they're much more reliable than the Chinese counterparts available there, right?
Okay.
So even petrol, we see that pretty clearly. So reliability, there is no other way. Without mobility cannot sustain with that. But there is another factor that we want to emphasize on. When it comes to electric vehicles, because of probably the inspiration from Tesla, right? There is a lot of emphasis on high performance and sporty looks, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, they also have that place, right? If you are targeting a young Gen Z kind of a demographic, right? So little bit of adrenaline, a little bit of cool looks definitely help, right? But most guys, if you are really interested in performance, they will opt for a high performance sports bike, right?
Absolutely.
They're not opting for a scooter for purely for performance, right?
Yeah.
What someone is expecting from a family vehicle is basically anyone in the family should be able to use it.
Okay.
Right? They are looking for more comfort. They are looking for more security, safety. It's true across even the four-wheelers. You see, everyone is upgrading to an SUV,
Yes.
right? Nobody is looking for an entry-level car or even a sedan kind of a vehicle, right?
Yeah.
So these are the elements that people want, families want, even the livelihood folks who are reliant on their vehicle, also looking for more security, more comfort, while they earn better livelihood, right? So if we don't provide just a little bit of boot space, is not going to cut it, right? So they want more, high spaciousness, more comfort. So these aspects are basically mandatory, right?
Okay. So what is the price we are going to expect for the BeiGo?
So yeah, that's the real question, right? I know your audience would not leave without with a diplomatic answer. But yes, we had a very competitive pricing in mind when we started our vehicle initially, right?
Yeah.
But with the change in subsidies, we are trying to see how to get to the more affordable and more competitive price point, right? But we don't want to compromise on our quality, on reliability parameters, just to make it more price competitive, right? So if someone wants to go for the most price competitive product, they have plenty of options, right? So our vehicle provides unparalleled value with respect to capacity, with respect to safety, comfort, right? So those are the aspects that we provide, and those who can afford to pay premium, we are available only for those pretty soon. Uh, what we are doing is to provide a more affordable alternative by reducing the upfront cost.
Fine.
Okay. So we have a couple of options that we are evaluating. One is a vehicle as a subscription. We are talking to our financiers on providing a pay per kilometer kind of a subscription, just like you would pay for your petrol, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So that is what we are evaluating. So it will be roughly in the same ballpark. Today you are spending around 2.5 rupees per kilometer for fuel, and that's what it would come to in the long run for our customers also.
Okay. Subscription basis in the sense it's like a 3 months, 6 months, or a year we have to pay, and then the vehicle is in the name of company or in the name of the buyer.
So fundamentally, yes, both options will be available. It's a matter of your credit history and the financiers' comfort with your credit, right? So they may offer you a financing plan, okay, where the vehicle ownership is transferred, and you will be paying a EMI kind of thing. That is, instead of just monthly EMI, it can be based on how much you use your vehicle. Some people use it low, some people use it high.
Okay.
Right? So I don't want to charge the same amount for all the folks.
Fine.
Right? So that is one way to look about it, and for especially for e-commerce and all. So we'll have incentive-based structure where people who cannot pay any down payment or so, they can continue to pay the subscription for like 24 months or 30 months fixed duration, and then they will get the complete ownership of the vehicle.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds good, sir. Actually, the subscription model normally will be a different thing, and what you are saying, it is a different thing. How much kilometer they are running, that cost they have to pay. That is a unique actually, and thanks for sharing the all information to our audience. And we are expecting the vehicle in the next month, most probably. And what about that open market? That means you are apart from that B2B. If I want to own it by personal use, so when I will get it?
Right. So we cannot commit as of today, right? For like I said, we are trying to make it a more competitive, price competitive product to offer to our retail consumers. But it will be, definitely next January 26th, right? We are trying to target.
Okay.
But,
For the retail customers.
Right, for retail customers.
Okay, sir. Thank you for sharing all the information to our audience, and hope that next month we are going to launch this BeiGo B2B variant, and January 2025 most probably we will expect for the retail customers, I think. So thanks once again sharing all the information, and all the best for the BeiGo, sir. And what about the Trigo? That also a lot of calls I am getting. Trigo, that is a most popular scooter in my channel, and they are expecting a single update about that.
Right. So yeah, we are currently put the Trigo project on hold. Right. As you can understand, we have limited resources that we need to focus on, and we are completely focused on BeiGo launch currently. Right. So Trigo will keep you posted. If things go well, next August 15th we will talk again. But I am not giving any promises.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Arcade. Lovely talking to you. Thanks for your audience for this continued support, and appreciate the support so far. Right. I understand their anxiousness, but yeah, we want to provide the most quality and reliable vehicle out there, and we whatever it takes, we would like to continue this pursuit.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Arkin.